Good morning, and I'm speaking to you this morning as a member of the session. I'm one of the elders on the session, and also as a member of this church. At this time of year, we're winding up our fall stewardship campaign, and what that does is with your pledges, it gives us the opportunity to look forward and to plan for our budget for next year, for 2011. This year, Rand Park, who I see right out there, ran our stewardship campaign and did an excellent job of explaining to us what our stewardship does and our pledges do. We really build our house of faith. You might have seen the pledge cards around. Unfortunately, thank you, Rand, but unfortunately, Rand got hit with the trifecta of storms. We had a horrible storm in early November, followed by an ice storm, followed by last Saturday, and a lot of us didn't make it to church. So there are probably many of you who intended to complete your pledge card, and oopsie, got snowed or iced in. We also know that for some people, the economy is still a problem. It's struggling. We see little glimmers, but there still is a struggle for many of us. I want to share with you this morning that our finance committee, and I see some of the finance folks out here, let the session know on Thursday night that our shortfall for 2011 looks like it will be about $40,000. That is a huge amount of money. That will impact everything we do, all of the programs of this church. And so this morning I'm coming before you as a member of the church to tell you what I've decided to do. And what's important to me and what I'm doing is I'm taking my original pledge and I'm increasing it. And I want to tell you why. Like a lot of you, my life is full of calendars and things to do and work and schedules and lots of stuff. But one of the things that I know is important to me is this church, this community. I come in, I feel better when I leave church on Sunday morning. I feel better when I'm doing activities with this community. For me, it's about a lot of things that happen here, and it also is about hope, something that I'm not sure I feel very often in my daily life. I feel it when I walk in the door and I hear kids laughing. I see the artwork on the hallway downstairs from the preschoolers. I feel it when I hear the music we had from the children's choir this morning, or when Kurt explained some piece of music in a prelude that I never knew about before. I hear it with the youth choir and our other choirs and the bell choir. I feel it in the education programs we have. Spending some time with Don Christensen in adult education, when he brought a family who's here in the United States. They are a new immigrant family, and they told us their story. I feel it when I'm in the Bible study group, and we have these amazing discussions. We have a lot of questions, but we have just incredible discussions. And I feel it when I read the Here and Now. There's stories about what people in this church have done at Dorothy Day Center, the Bins for Bills program, with Project Home. But what I want to tell you also is I've seen it. And I've seen the product of all of that work. And that product, many of them are sitting right up here, are the youth of this church. And I spent a week with them in June in Arizona working on immigrant issues. They worked hard in not so great environments. We had a couple of accidents, Maddie and her fainting in Mexico. We had some heat-related accidents. They worked hard. They shared well. They asked amazing questions. We had really deep discussions. And as adult leaders, we were told several times that people who do this work all the time had never seen such an engaged and knowledgeable group of high school kids doing this work. We should all be proud of them. That's the product of the work that we do, and that's why I am going to give Chuck Anderson, our assistant treasurer who's been working with our pledges, this card with my increased pledge amount. And I want to end with a reading from Scripture that sums up all the work that the youth did this summer, the work that's done here, and the one that has a lot of meaning to me. It's from Micah chapter 6, verse 8. He has told you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you but to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God?